What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this beautifully honest reaction. I wanted to share this content with you guys and get my reaction to it as we listen to it together. I'm going to put a link to the video in the description box, but this is a shout out to Kiki's Tea YouTube channel, and go ahead and subscribe to her channel. But I thought it was interesting because, one, I just recently did a conversation where I was discussing tdjakes and the Diddy connection / affiliation, and just sharing my thoughts on a number of things when it comes to the Jakes, the allegations regarding TD Jakes' daughter, Cora Jakes, and allegedly using spiritual manipulation to steal people's children because she wasn't able to have her own. And then her husband being locked up for allegedly taking advantage of a child, allegedly one of the adopted children. And he didn't even go to trial. And I believe he got sentenced to like 20 to 40 years in prison. There's just a lot of shadiness going on. So to see that they have this affiliation, and there have been rumors about TD Jakes for years, and of course rumors out about Diddy for years, I just found this really interesting. So when this showed up in my feed and I checked it out, I wanted to share it with you guys. So let's just go ahead and get into this.
So y'all know how I said that people are not done exposing Diddy just yet? Well, I was right about that, because his former artist Mace is now speaking up against Diddy and exposing his gay rituals with Pastor TD Jakes. Yes, the TD Jake. Apparently, Diddy and TD Jakes are allegedly involved in a lot of shady occult type stuff, and Mace is coming with all the tea. So let's break this down. I swear Cassie probably never expected this big of a fallout when she decided to expose Diddy. Because, child, everybody has been coming out and exposing him for being everything but a child of God. And every time we think that it couldn't possibly get worse and the allegations couldn't get any nastier, something new comes up and it all blows things out of the park. Well, his former artist Mace is now joining the conversation, and boy, does he have a lot of bad stuff to say about Diddy. Mace is now a pastor, so y'all just know that he probably struggled really hard to find good things to say or even keep quiet, but he just had to speak out. Now, ever since Cassie dropped her lawsuit, people have been talking about how Diddy was going to take a lot of people down with him. There were a lot of names being thrown around, including Young Miami and former Bad Boy Records president Harv Pierre, who was also sued for SA. But one name that everybody kind of forgot about is Diddy's pastor and BFF, TD Jakes. Now, before this whole Cassie thing, people have been giving TD the side eye because the things he says and does aren't exactly what you would expect from a pastor. He is more focused on talking about money and how God wants us to get as much money as possible than actually preaching. And don't even get me started on how obsessed he is with celebrity and fame, because he is often seen hanging out with celebrities more than actual churchgoers. And in the past couple of years, Diddy has become one of his favorite celebs to hang out with, and their relationship has gotten so close that people have even speculated that there might be more going on between them, if you catch my drift. Diddy has been rumored to be on the DL for ages now, so of course people thought that TD might be his partner, especially since TD has also been rumored to be secretly gay. Rumors of TD's sexuality got to a peak when his son was arrested for soliciting gay sex from an undercover policeman. Now, Diddy and TD have been tight for years, and they go way back to when he was dating Kim Porter. In fact, when Kim passed away, TD made a post on Instagram saying, "My family and I would like to offer our love and condolences to Diddy and his entire family as they traverse the tragic loss of Miss Kim Porter. Though you may grieve her absence, realize that many people never had such love in all their lives. You are blessed to have someone to miss. May God's grace guide you through this challenging time."
Now, that statement right there, TD Jakes put out on social media after the passing of Kim Porter, in my personal opinion, is weird because, one, he and Kim Porter were not married. That wasn't his wife, right? And we know, and he also knew that Diddy is a philanderer. He was, in and out of, he's got multiple children. And for this to be a supposed man of God, who do you know who is a man of God who's out here giving condolences to a baby daddy? Like, let's just be real. This is someone that had 3 children with this woman who didn't honor her, didn't respect her, and most of us believe he had something to do with her no longer being here. And for him, supposedly a man of God, putting a statement out there talking about some people are not as blessed to be able to have someone to say that they were able to have someone to love, even though they're no longer here, or whatever BS bullcrap that, him just always trying to sound so profound and so wise and so eloquent with his words. It's just nonsense and BS.
Even asked him to officiate Kim's funeral, and he accepted. Yes, they are that close. And he has been a constant presence at Diddy's parties. Now, I'm not trying to be judgy or anything, but isn't it weird that a pastor would align himself so close with Diddy and attend his parties when everybody knows what goes down at Diddy's parties? Several celebs have spoken out about the wild things that happen at Diddy's parties, so what on earth is Mr. TDJakes doing over there? Jaguar Wright was one of the first people to call TD out, and as usual, she did not hold back.
Why do you think TDJakes was at Puff Daddy's birthday party?
If Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be 2 reasons. Money or that's all that happens at Diddy parties. Money and
this time, Jaguar has also been proven right on this as well. Because there are now reports that Diddy and TD are part of a secret society in Hollywood, and the parties were more than just parties. Remember last year when a picture of Diddy and TD at TD's birthday party went viral, and people were talking about how Diddy was doing the Illuminati symbol? Yeah, well, it turns out that there was more to the story than that because the party was allegedly an initiation. But it looks like things are about to get even juicier because Pastor Mace is now exposing Diddy and TD. For those who don't know who Mace is, he used to be signed to Diddy's label Bad Boy Records back in the day. But he and Diddy had their issues and he left the label. And by issues, I mean that Mace has always claimed that Diddy never paid him for the work he did under Bad Boy. He claimed that he wrote most of Diddy's rap in the 90s, but he never got credit or payment for it. Diddy, on the other hand, has been going on and on about how Mace is a fake pastor who is conning people.
I did 1 album with Mace. 1 album. How much money do you think I owe this guy? 1 album? And then he became a fake pastor and went and conned people.
Now, I don't know about the fake pastor stuff. I don't know if he is still a pastor because I know currently he is co-hosting a podcast. Not so much a podcast, but it's actually like a show with Cameron called It Is What It Is. And it's more like sports related. I don't know. I know he's no longer a pastor of a church, but I don't know if he is no longer a pastor. Actually, my little cousin years ago used to go to his church in Atlanta. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I do feel that it is hypocritical for Diddy to call Mace a fake pastor because I know that that's the typical narcissistic thing to try to shed a negative light on someone that's calling you out for your evil deeds and your evil ways. So that doesn't surprise me. But again, I don't know if he is still a pastor.
Of him to say, considering the things that people have been saying about his bestie, TD. Well, given the allegations that have come to light against Diddy, Mace is now taking his time to expose what is really going on between Diddy and TD. So it turns out that the initiations were not just a hocus pocus thing about standing in a circle and chanting Mamba Jumbo. According to Mace, the initiations allegedly involved gay rituals where they all got naked and You know what? I'm just going to let y'all picture that in your heads. Yeah, it's as bad as you can imagine. Anywho, Mace also said this.
I want to tell you why, if the devil can use him aggressively, then I want you to know God can use me aggressively. These guys have organized a mass organized effort to slander my name behind the scenes. So every time I say something, you're just seeing my part because their part is behind the scene. But I want you to know I'm up for it. I'm up for it. I'm anointed for it. I'm anointed to dethrone evil. I want you to know that.
Mace's revelations have sparked conversations about Diddy and TD's weird relationship, and fans left comments saying, you know what's crazy? Even the people you think who would have a moral compass was around Diddy, knowing that stuff was going on, and all along, like, what the F was tdjakes doing around Diddy? Not surprising, seeing as Bishop tdjakes parties with known devil himself, P. Diddy, aka sell out all my friends for money and fame, Sean Combs. And Diddy and tdjakes are friends, right? tdjakes even attended Diddy's questionable parties. Show me your shady friends and I'll tell you exactly who you are, man of God. But now I want to know what you think about this. Let me know what your thoughts are, then check out this next video.
All right, guys, so that's the end of that video, but I want to say this. There is a podcaster on YouTube. She has the MVMO, so My View, My Opinion podcast, and she actually has a podcast episode, I should say, that went viral years ago. She actually used to attend the Potter's House Church, which we know is tdjakes' church, and she actually did a podcast episode. Actually, I think it might be 2 parts. If I can find it, I will put the links to it in the description box, and you can go and listen to it and subscribe to her channel as well. But she years ago talked about tdjakes and that she believed that he was a homosexual man. Now, the rumors have been out there also since that time, but I feel that she is one of the first people that I heard, at least, that was putting this information out there. And yeah, his son was arrested for soliciting an undercover cop for sex years ago as well. I don't feel that the apple falls too far from the tree. And even if tdjakes wasn't aware of the things that allegedly go down at a Diddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, P-E-E Diddy, or Sean Combs, love, whatever his name is, party, him supposedly being a man of God, not really adhering to the word of God, which has shunned the very presence and appearance of evil. And even if he wasn't aware that there might be a bunch of just ungodly, unholy things going on at his party, he is well aware of his reputation of not even just being a good man and good in business, how he's had a lot of people that were signed to his label that he did not do right by, and just seeing how he has been on these making the band shows and how degrading he has been to people and things like that. Is that how you treat your parishioners? Is that how you treat your staff at the Potter's house? Is that how you treat the people? Like, this is ridiculous. I don't know how some people continue to be underneath the guise and the guide of someone who's supposed to be the shepherd of this flock and whatever, and all these silly women, in my personal opinion. And if you've been one of these people that have gone to his conferences, I'm not trying to be offensive to you, but I'm just speaking my opinion. All of these silly women who go to these Women Thou Art Loose conferences that he's had for how many years now? How many times? Like, it's ridiculous. And I think now his daughter, Sarah Jakes, has taken over, or Sarah Jakes Roberts has taken over, and it's no longer called Women That Are Loose. I guess the women are finally loose, and now they're evolved. So it's called Women Evolve now, not Women That Are Loose. It's just a money grab. These women travel from all over to come to this conference to hear some motivational speeches that are there to make them feel good. And I'm all for I've gone and traveled to many business conferences, okay, over the years. I honestly, in my personal opinion, wouldn't go to one of those types of conferences when it's held by someone, first of all, like him, and a lot of these big time mega churches, because I feel that it's just a money grab, a huge money grab. And You leave there feeling motivated for the moment, but more often than not, your life just continues to be the same way that it was prior to you being there, sometimes worse. But I just wanted to share that because I thought it was really interesting that I saw this content about Mace exposing the connection and affiliation that tdjakes has to Diddy, and I just recently did a conversation about it, so I just wanted to share it with you guys. Get your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Guys, thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.